Hi, Eagles. I'm going to read Dr. DeSoto. We didn't have a chance to finish this at our last meeting, so I'll start at the beginning and you'll be able to hear the whole thing at once. Dr. DeSoto is a story of a dentist who is actually a mouse, and it's written by William Steig. Dr. DeSoto, the dentist, did very good work, so he had no end of patients. Those close to his own size, moles, chipmunks, etc., sat in the regular dentist chair. Larger animals sat on the floor, while Dr. DeSoto stood on a ladder. In this picture, you'll see Dr. DeSoto standing on a ladder and his wife watching. For extra large animals, he had a special room. There, Dr. DeSoto was hoisted up to the patient's mouth by his assistant, who also happened to be his wife. Look on the floor. His wife is hoisting up Dr. DeSoto, and he's going right into the mouth to work on, what is that animal? Teeth. Looks like it could be a donkey. Dr. DeSoto was especially popular with the big animals. He was able to work inside their mouths, wearing rubbers to keep his feet dry, and his fingers were so delicate and his drills so dainty they could hardly feel any pain. This looks like it might be a cow. Standing right in his mouth. Being a mouse, he refused to treat animals dangerous to mice, and it said so on his sign. When the doorbell rang, he and his wife would look out the window. They wouldn't admit even the most timid-looking cat. So in this picture, you'll see them looking out the window, Dr. DeSoto and his wife, by their sign which says cats and other dangerous animals not accepted for treatment. Can you see them up there in the window? One day when they looked out, they saw a well-dressed fox with a flannel bandage around his jaw. Here's the fox. "I cannot treat you, sir," Dr. DeSoto shouted. "Sir, haven't you read my sign?" "Please," the fox wailed, "have mercy. I'm suffering." And he wept so bitterly it was pitiful to see. Wept, if you remember, is another word for cry. Do you see the fox crying? Using a cane. People behind him are watching. "Oh, wait, just a moment," said Dr. DeSoto. "That poor fox," he whispered to his wife. "What shall we do?" "Let's risk it," said Mrs. DeSoto. She pressed the buzzer and let the fox in. Oh, they're very brave, aren't they? They feel bad for the fox whose tooth is hurting. And they're also a little nervous. He was up the stairs in a flash. "Bless your little hearts," he cried, falling to his knees. "I beg you, do something. My tooth is killing me." "Sit on the floor, sir," said Dr. DeSoto, "and remove the bandage, please." He's washing his hands at the sink. Dr. DeSoto climbed up the ladder and bravely entered the fox's mouth. "Ow!" he gasped. The fox had a rotten bicuspid and unusually bad breath. This tooth will have to come out, Dr. DeSoto announced, but we can make you a new one. Can you see the rotten tooth? It's a little bit brown. Just stop the pain, whimpered the fox, wiping some tears away. Despite his misery, he realized he had a tasty little morsel in his mouth, and his jaw began to quiver. Keep open, yelled Dr. DeSoto. Wide open, yelled his wife. They're so brave. I'm giving you gas now, said Dr. DeSoto. You won't feel a thing when I yank that tooth. Soon the fox was in dreamland. Yummy, he mumbled. Oh, how I love them raw, with just a pinch of salt and a dry white wine. He's thinking in his dreams about eating a tasty mouse. They could guess what he was dreaming about. Mrs. DeSoto handed her husband a pole to keep the fox's mouth open. Dr. DeSoto fastened his extractor to the bad tooth. Then he and his wife began turning the winch. Finally, with a sucking sound, the tooth popped out and hung, swaying in the air. Oh my gosh, in this picture you're going to see the pulley that they have, and you'll see the tooth hanging in little drops of blood coming off the tooth. And the fox isn't in any pain because he's asleep. I'm bleeding, the fox yelped when he came to. That means when he woke up. Dr. DeSoto ran up the ladder and stuffed some gauze in the hole. The worst is over, he said. I'll have your new tooth ready tomorrow. Be here at 11 sharp. The fox, still woozy, said goodbye and left. On his way home, he wondered if it would be shabby of him to eat the DeSotos when the job was done. Oh, what a terrible thought. That's not very nice of a fox to imagine eating them. After office hours, Mrs. DeSoto molded a tooth of pure gold and polished it. Raw with salt indeed, muttered Dr. DeSoto. How foolish to trust a fox. Oh, he didn't know what he was saying, said Mrs. DeSoto. Why should he harm us? We're helping him. Because he's a fox, said Dr. DeSoto. They're wicked, wicked creatures. You'll see Mrs. DeSoto polishing the new gold tooth there. She trusts the fox more than Dr. DeSoto. Looks like there's a kettle of tea next to her. Look, the illustrator made buttonholes on Dr. DeSoto, and can you see the whiskers on his face? That night, Dr. DeSoto lay awake worrying. Should we let him in tomorrow, Mrs. DeSoto wondered. Once I start a job, said the dentist firmly, I finish it. My father was the same way. But we must do something to protect ourselves, said his wife. They talked and talked until they formed a plan. I think it will work, said Dr. DeSoto. A minute later, he was snoring. Can you see the moon in the window? Can you see the moon at your window? The next morning, promptly at 11, a very cheerful fox turned up. He was not feeling a particle of pain. He looks much happier, and he's not wearing that bandage anymore, is he? When Dr. DeSoto got into his mouth, he snapped it shut for a moment, then opened wide and laughed. Just a joke, he chortled. Be serious, said the dentist sharply. We have work to do. His wife was lugging the heavy tooth up the ladder. Oh, I love it, exclaimed the fox. It's just beautiful. Dr. DeSoto set the gold tooth in its socket and hooked it up to the teeth on both sides. The fox caressed the new tooth with his tongue. My, it feels good, he thought. I really shouldn't eat them. On the other hand, how can I resist? Oh boy, the fox has a decision, doesn't he? We're not finished, said Dr. DeSoto, holding up a large jug. I have here a remarkable preparation developed only recently by my wife and me. With just one application, you can be rid of toothaches forever. How would you like to be the first one to receive this unique treatment? Unique means special. Look, the fox is thinking. And I think Dr. DeSoto has a plan. I certainly would, the fox declared. I'd be honored. He hated any kind of personal pain. You will never have to see us again, said Dr. DeSoto. No one will see you again, said the fox to himself. He had definitely made up his mind to eat them with the help of his brand new tooth. Aw. That's a disappointing decision. Dr. DeSoto stepped into the fox's mouth with a bucket of secret formula and proceeded to paint each tooth. He hummed as he worked. Mrs. DeSoto stood by the ladder, pointing out spots he had missed. The fox looked very happy. Why do you think the fox looked happy? I think because he thinks he's going to get to eat them up. When the dentist was done, he stepped out. Now, close your jaws tight, he said, and keep them closed for a full minute. The fox did as he was told. Then he tried to open his mouth, but his teeth were stuck together. Excuse me, I should have mentioned, said Dr. DeSoto, you won't be able to open your mouth for a day or two. The secret formula must first permeate the dentine, but don't worry, no pain ever again. He can't open his mouth. That dentist was so smart. The fox was stunned. He stared at Dr. DeSoto, then at his wife. They smiled and waited. All he could say was, "Thank you very much," through his clenched teeth, and get up and leave. He tried to do so with dignity. That means without looking embarrassed. Then he stumbled down the stairs in a daze. Dr. DeSoto and his assistant had outfoxed the fox. They kissed each other and took the rest of the day off. And that's the end. So, I hope you liked Dr. DeSoto. And I think this is a story about doing something that, maybe being brave and doing something that you're a little nervous about because you want to finish the job. So Eagles, I want you to think about that and think of a time that you did something hard and stuck with it, even though maybe you were a little nervous or a little scared, or even if the job was going to be hard. And I'd like you to share that with us at the next meeting. And you can make a picture. Thank you. See you later. Bye.